Looming large over their Athletes Unlimited competition, they prove opposites attract. Charlotte North is the most devastating shooter in the sport. A combination of speed, power, and finesse, she appears unstoppable. And yet two-time reigning champion Taylor Marino is the ultimate roadblock to a title. An immovable force, rock solid in her rule. Two sides of the same coin square off with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. The weekend work is never done. With Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, we welcome you to USA Lacrosse HQ. Aye, Captain. It's time for a showdown between the teams led by Charlotte North and the squad assembled by Taylor Marino. If this is your first time joining us, you should know 56 of the top players in the world are competing for one championship. 4 teams with 14 players aside change every week with a captain's draft. Follow along on the leaderboard. Every point matters through a busy 4-week schedule. It is great to see you again, along with Courtney Martinez-Connor, a 5-time national champion at Maryland. I'm Joe Beninati. Field reporter Kylie Ohlmiller chimes in very soon. Court, we are looking at 2 winning teams from Thursday night. What do you expect in this clash?
You know, they both were able to come out with the win. Number one, Charlotte North, her team was a bit more consistent and that they scored goals each and every quarter, whereas Team Marino, they kind of held on to that win with their stingy defense.
Kylie Ohlmiller, the NCAA points scoring all-time record holder, she steps in. Kylie, leaders in this league are given a lot of responsibility. How did you rate Charlotte North's first time as a captain?
Yeah, Charlotte North is no stranger to pressure, but adding that captain's role for the first time in her AU Pro Lacrosse career is a whole other layer of it. And I think she's handled it perfectly so far by adding a new level of focus, communication, and excitement to her own game and to her team's atmosphere.
Ladies, let's begin with Team Marino. Courtney, you can't be a 2-time champion in this league without a consistent excellence.
Taylor Marino is just that solid quarterback, leading and anchoring her defense. She puts together a great group who they oftentimes are just forcing those low-angle shots, the ones that she's looking for to make those big saves.
Kylie, back on Thursday, Casey Choma showed her quick strike ability.
Casey Choma is so slippery on the offensive side of the ball, and if you ask her, she credits the looks to her teammates, but she has been fantastic at flashing to open seams and catching and finishing in traffic.
Team Marino will not have Izzy Skane this weekend due to a prior commitment. Kylie, what's the effect on the offense?
Yeah, this intrigues me because of how much the opposing team's defense has to strategize for Izzy. So the question will be, will that extra attention and early slides go to Peterson, Tracy, or Choma instead? Or will Team North's defense play them straight up?
So let's flip the script to Team North. Courtney, there was a lot to like about their team defensive approach.
You know, Charlotte North put a defense. They're tough to beat because of their great footwork. They move on a string. They're all connected. That's how you play truly as a team. They send slides and doubles early. They force a lot of cause turnovers and are tough for the offense to set and relax with the ball.
On offense, Kylie, you play the same position as Kenzie Kent. She's pretty clever.
Kenzie Kent has always been a big playmaker, but she also can contribute in all the little ways too. Her ability to finish quick shots on the crease, see the open players on the backside, and drive to create slides is what makes her a triple threat for Team North's offense on that left side.
And with all that said, it is going to be Charlotte North who's going to make this team go. Have a look at those numbers. Her scoring production so far has been brilliant as Team North gets set to battle Team Marino in Game 15 of 24 this summer. All throughout the summer, these lacrosse players are eager to help out on the microphone amid action. Caroline Wakefield joins us today. Caroline, describe the challenges Charlotte and Kenzie and company present.
Yeah, they have great chemistry together. Both lethal. You have one from the right side, one from the left side. Charlotte's been really popping off this year, so she's going to be a tough matchup for today. But ball finds the back of the net for her, so just hoping to step in front. And Kenzie's a creator, so we'll see what she can do today.
Caroline, the energy that you bring to the field, obviously you're in front of one of your teammates from college. How do you consistently bring it game in and game out?
You know what? It's a big support system. I've also played with Knowles. Playing in front of Taylor gives me a lot of confidence. So anytime I can hear her voice gives me a little bit of comfort. But I know she's got my back. She knows I have hers. So it's just a good little banter back and forth.
23, thanks for the help. We'll be checking in with you throughout the day.
Anytime.
Caroline Wakefield, her family hasn't missed An Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse game in 4 summers worth of play. Temperatures in the low 90s here in Sparks, Maryland. The officials Ronnie Anton, Devin Hulk, America Leslie, Kim Kramer, and Lynn Bowers. 2 unbeaten squads off of Thursday night victories get going. It's Team North in the purple, Team Marino in the orange. We play Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse 10-on-10. It's 6-on-6 at the offensive end. There's a 60-second shot clock. You'll see an 8-meter key. If your team scores from beyond it, it's 2 points for the squad and 16 points for you on your individual leaderboard tally. Ball down away from Rosenzweig. Kent chasing. Kendall Halpern right there in her hip pocket. Shot clock's at 25. Moreau on the go. Into the alley, forced there by Kinna. First touch on offense for Charlotte North. Approaching a record-setting summer for goals already, and we're only 3 weeks in. Evans off the face dodge, bouncers off the outside of the frame. It will reset, though, into a 60-second shot clock for Team North.
Joe, so we immediately see what they're going to do and how they're going to play Charlotte North. They're going to send that early and quick double. They don't want the ball in her stick for any amount of time because she is always capable of just drawing a slide, sending a double, hitting that ball off into the backside and creating offense.
More and more we focus in on the leaderboard as the season progresses. Kinna driving towards the 8-meter key. Sam Apuzzo's squad will play in the doubleheader game later this afternoon. Apuzzo, who has scored in 46 straight in terms of points, as we watch Kinna beat Waters for the first tally on the day.
Number 95 in orange, Megan Kinna, kind of giving Team North a little bit of their own medicine. A pass and clear space. Katie O'Donnell to Kinna, and Kinna just a strong righty sweep. No slides were coming, and Kinna very lethal with the ball in her stick as she shoots across the body.
And that placement on that shot there, as she comes across, a lot of players will put that usually high, but for her to see that low opposite pipe, seeing that Kaylee Waters in cage, her stick is up high naturally, so to put it low is a great shot.
Megan Kinna has taken kindly to this, her first season as a pro. Goals in 6 of 7. Gets on the board. Kinna, the only Athletes Unlimited player this summer to wear the same color all 3 weeks. She's pretty fond of that orange jersey. For Team Marino this afternoon, striking just shy of the 2-minute mark. We're just getting going with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Joe and Courtney up top. Kylie O'Miller is our field reporter, up close and personal, giving us a great sense for how this game feels and sounds at the event level. Moreau waiting for Evans to sub in. Ellie Macera has the rock, 37 in the purple. Hasn't she been a spark plug offensively this summer? Tewaaraton Award finalist out of Stony Brook, electrifying moves. Kenzie Kent feeds. Macera inside on the shovel, just missed it wide. Race to the end line, it belongs to Rosenzweig and Team North. Quick restart, working inside, great save. Marino robbed Evans, stone cold from the doorstep. Team Marino will push back. Sammy Jo Tracy finding Knowles, the defender. Great feed inside. Slam dunk Choma.
Joe, Team North, they had a point-blank shot on Taylor Marino. She tried to run the ball out of bounds. They gave possession to the team in purple. So you see on the corner of that screen, Taylor Marino having to rush to get back into cage, was able to come up with the save, and then a connection down the field. Sammy Jo Tracy ultimately catches defensive Knowles, who's in transition. She's fast, she's shifty, she is able to push numbers, so keep an eye on her as Team Marino works their transition game.
And Courtney, you noted in the beginning of that Team North had a wide open shot on cage, and that was Ellie Macera there. I think what was going on in her head a few games ago, she had that red card that she hit a player up higher than the knee with a shot. So I think she was thinking twice about that shot, and it allowed Taylor Marino to get back in cage.
Kinna and Choma, Kylie, with goals 47 seconds apart. Team Marino in the orange with the early advantage. We play 10-minute quarters in AU Pro Lacrosse. There are quarter win points on the line for everybody on your roster. You win an individual frame, all 14 of you get 20 points. 45 points for winning the entire match. Peterson on the go. Back behind the cage for Sammy Joe Tracy, trying to dunk this one with a backhand release. Choma there to recover, and a fresh 60-second shot clock for the team in orange. Minus Izzy Skane today. Izzy had a prior commitment. The captains were aware of it. So the team in orange is dressed just 13 as Peterson whistles one top shelf.
What I like most from Team Marino is how their offense is working in a lot of different fashions. First a righty sweep, then a fast break from the DN. They look for Kin on the sweep again. She drew the double. Peterson ready and waiting. She cat, turned, did a nice little split dodge, all in the same motion.
And this is what makes lacrosse so pretty on the offensive end. They're doing such a great job at moving the ball as soon as they see the slides. Their eyes are up, and they quickly get the passes off, one right after the other.
3 markers for Team Marino in a $136. Isabella Peterson, unusually quiet back on Thursday night, didn't have a point on the board. She does have goals in 6 of her first 8 games as a pro. As we focus in on Marie McCool and Libby Rosenzweig. Rosenzweig had 12 draw controls on Thursday. You get 4 points for that on your individual leaderboard. As a result, Rosenzweig continues to climb higher and higher on the leaderboard. You'll be seeing it throughout on your screen. And when you see those colors next to the names, those are the reflective jersey colors for the squads this weekend. Rosenzweig pressured on the sideline. It's out of bounds. They are going to award possession to Team Marino in orange.
Excellent pressure by Marie McCool, Katie O'Donnell, both of them working hard, not giving up until they got that ball back. Oftentimes when you're in a double team, you want to say you're in it to win it. It's not necessarily about the swinging, but maintaining good body positioning. But ultimately, Katie O'Donnell was the one who got the check, so I assume she will be the one awarded with that cause turnover. That's a +10 in her name in terms of leaderboard points.
Just 4 minutes into this opening quarter, Sammy Joe Tracy works against Geiger. A couple of veterans there. There are 17 summer players of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. There are 21 rookies this season. Kinna, a first-timer as well. She fumbled it. Megan Kinna looking to recapture. Gets the fresh 60. Feed to Peterson, going to goal. Then she lost it to Kayla Wood. Wood is a cause turnover machine. She'll transition the ball from defense to offense with speed, looking for the fast break here. She pulls up at the 8-meter key. Charlotte North picked up on the perimeter by Caroline Wakefield. North wants to attack from behind the cage. Staring contest with Wakefield now. 30 seconds to shoot. Playing the 2-person game with Kenzie Kent off the screen. North, snap pass, wide open, Moreau. Better save there by Marino.
Again, I like how Team Marino, they're looking to send that double early, but then they got to make sure to keep and close that backside.
McCool glides in and scores. Marie McCool makes it 4 unanswered for Team Marino.
You know, not surprising, Team Marino often jumps out to a quick early start, scoring offensively. It's just a matter of can they maintain this speed and this aggressiveness to cage in transition. Again, it starts with her from a point-blank save, and then off to the races. Marie McCool, so fluid in the middle of the field. She is speedy, but her ability to dodge by not just 1, 2, 3 defenders while evading and protecting with that stick.
Marie McCool with points in 30 straight games. She and her mates off to an excellent start in Sparks, Maryland. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is sponsored by Nike. Another sun-splashed day, breezy here at USA Lacrosse headquarters as Team North tangles with Team Marino. The chase for those 20-quarter win points to this point dominated by Team Marino. 4 different goal scorers on the board on the strength of 4 for 5 shooting, as Team Marino is off to a very, very sharp start in front of their captain, Courtney, who is also locked in with 2 brilliant stops already.
You know, Taylor Marino always starting out hot, especially when she is making those 1v9. And what that means is just an attacker and herself. No defensive players in front of her. So she knows she has to stand tall. And any time you can do that, you have a little bit more confidence going into the next set.
She's so good matching stick on stick. And right now she's walking back to the crease with Kylie O'Miller.
Taylor, what's it like going into a game plan when you have to play against Charlotte North on the other side?
Obviously, it's just having a lot of confidence in my defense. Obviously, I've gone against Charlotte a handful of times. So at this point, it's just about learning the people you're going against, whether that's watching film or just having good communication with your defense. And our game plan is just to play her smart because she's a great shooter and she obviously has a great attack around her. So it's just about being smart.
Looks like you're playing smart and seeing the ball well. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Kylie, it's unusual to see Taylor Marino in orange. It's just the second time she's ever worn that jersey. You got to go back to week 1 of her rookie campaign. And oh, by the way, she won Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse as a rookie. Usually she's dressed in gold.
And then followed out that performance with yet another championship win.
Back to back in a nail biter, outlasting Sam Apuzzo by just 12 points last summer. These athletes will play 12 games in the 4-week span. Come August 11th, the top 4 on the leaderboard will receive medals. There'll be an all-defensive team, a defensive player of the year, a teammate of the year as well, handed out come the conclusion of AU Pro Lacrosse Summer number 4. Team Marino's squad in the orange has had the lion's share of the ball. 4 points for them right off the jump with a little bit more than 4 minutes to go in the opening frame.
And we see Team Marino slowing things down. Sammy Jo Tracy was looking to change out her draw stick. It's not a stick that you want to shoot with. Strings are done a little bit differently to help her control the ball. And then Emily Knowles, defensive player, who's already had an assist. She was pushing transition.
Peterson folds it over. A sneaky release that fools waters. It's 5-0.
Already the second goal for Isabella Peterson. She's just a rookie. But Sammy Jo Tracy slowing things down a little bit. She's been playing from X a lot and then getting involved with the 2-person game from Peterson. Not a lot of players were looking and overplaying that left-hand side, but when she rolled back, that's what gave her a better angle.
You said it perfectly there, Courtney. That extra step of her defender to kind of go towards her stick side, she recognizes that and plants her feet in the ground, turns her back. That inside roll is a move that all young players at home should continue to practice because of that.
A definite goal-scoring weapon. Isabella Peterson, second-team All-American, 75 markers her senior year this past spring at James Madison. It has been a thoroughly dominating first 6 minutes for Team Marino. The officials having a look at the cross of Livy Rosenzweig.
Officials will be able to, so it's not like the college game. In the college game, you see players drop their stick right after they score in order for officials to check the pocket of the stick to see if it's illegal. Here in AU Pro Lacrosse, they randomly check 3 sticks per team per game, and it looked like they got Livy Rosenzweig on that one.
Kylie, they never bothered you. They left you alone. They never bothered you.
They know better, Joe.
3 summers for Kylie in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, missing this summer due to injury, but kind enough to work in as our field reporter. Massera jetting back the other way. Team North in the purple looking for its first strike of the afternoon. Kenzie Kent will have the ball in her cross a lot. She's an orchestrator, conductor type. Charlotte North a long way from the cage. She's the all-time leader in 2-point goals with her scorching shot, threatening goalies from beyond 8 meters. Play here for Lauren Gilbert on the cycle to Rosenzweig. This pass gets away. North will chase it down. Hustling there with her at the midline was Wakefield. She bumped her. North off the restart with 20 seconds to shoot. Charlotte hitches, directing traffic. Shot clock's at 12. Gilbert, third leading goal scorer last summer. Kenzie Kent, all-time assist leader in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. 3 seconds to shoot. Gilbert spins, hesitates, then fires wide of the goal. It's a shot clock violation against Team North. Folks, you can get closer to the action with your free Unlimited Club membership. Vote on game MVPs, compete in the AU Fantasy League for exclusive prizes and more. Sign up now at auprolacrosse.com. Casey Choma, one of 4 different goal scorers in this opening quarter. Sammy Jo Tracy picked up on the outside by Emily Nalls, the National Defender of the Year in college ball this past spring at Boston College. Final 2 minutes of the opening quarter. McCool, a captain last week. Marie leaves to Peterson already with 2. Skip it through to Choma, playing a 2-person game with Cockrell, the only Syracuse Orange player on the Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse roster. Tracy quick, Peterson scores! The 1 touch for her 3rd on the day.
A lot of patience for Team Marino. As they move the ball around the perimeter, we saw a lot of changes in the point of attack. Ultimately, getting the ball at X, Sammy Jo Tracy, that's where she finds her most comfort. McCool to Tracy, and then Peterson. It was her pop from inside. If she would have stayed in tight to the crease, she wouldn't have been able to get the space as well as the pass from Sammy Jo Tracy.
And those two have worked together for a few weekends now. They worked together last weekend, and they're finding each other with just a sliver of an opening. She's open for a half second, Isabella Peterson, and that quick stick goal. Those are getting Kaylee Waters today.
Waters, to this point, not seeing it all that well. Peterson already with 4 hat tricks this summer. Folks, the PLL's on ABC. It's the Boston Cannons taking on the Maryland Whipsnakes. A featured matchup tomorrow, 3 Eastern and noon Pacific. Then at 5:30 on ESPN Plus, Carolina Chaos and the Utah Archers. Every PLL game can be found on ESPN Plus this summer. For the full schedule, go to espnplus.com/PLL. Looking at matters, PLL's Eastern Division, that's a really high-scoring New York Atlas team, Courtney. Jeff Teat is having an extraordinary season.
You know, he's so fun to watch on the offensive end of the field. You talk about creativity, obviously he's a player that comes to mind.
Earlier today, Maryland beating Philadelphia in PLL play. Not far from here, in fact, at Homewood Field on the campus of Johns Hopkins.
About a little half-hour drive for those fans who want to take in the action of both.
North and Marino. Team Marino well out in front, 6-zip early. Team Apuzzo and Team Kennedy will battle in the second game today. Taylor Marino in her quest for a three-peat as the individual champion in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. She and her mates off to a flying start. But with Team North and all of their offensive weapons this week, no lead is safe. See Taylor among the flags adorning USA Lacrosse HQ. This has been USA Lacrosse headquarters since 2016. Draw control. Possession comes up. Moreau had it for a moment. So too did Dorney. They continue to chase. Still looking for the ground ball. Sammy Jo Tracy off of her. The officials award possession to Team Marino in orange. 70 seconds left in this opening quarter. Sure looks like Team Marino well on its way to winning the opening quarter and banking those 20 points per frame. Every point, every possession, every play matters in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse.
You know, in the first game of these new teams for Team Marino, Izzy Skane had 3 goals on Thursday. Sometimes when you take away that top player who draws a lot of attention. A lot of players tend to get involved because they're not relying on any one particular person.
About 16 seconds in the differential between shot clock and game clock. Kinna going to goal. Quick pass there for Choma off the face dodge, shadowed by Macera. O'Donnell spins it. Kinna thought about the 2. Fires from deep and scores. It's a buzzer-beating 2 for Megan Kinna.
Number 95, Megan Kinna. She has the capability of scoring some 2-point bombs. This one I don't necessarily think was the hardest of shots, but she was just trying to get it in there. She skipped it low because you never know how it's going to come off the turf.
She wasn't expecting that one to go in on a goalkeeper like Kaylee Waters, who's been seeing the ball so well so far this weekend. But I think what they did well there, Taylor Marino's team, they talked about it in the huddle in that last timeout. They wanted to take that entire possession to kind of get the ball around, make sure they could get a last shot, and that's exactly what kind of made the defense fall asleep.
Megan Kinna's second goal on the afternoon. She's got a couple of hat tricks as a pro, another former Northwestern great, putting salt into the wound of this opening quarter, dramatically in favor of Team Marino in the orange. Charlotte North looking for a late response, angles in, bounce shot, she scores, to the roof, Charlotte North.
Charlotte North helping her team to not get blanked throughout this first quarter. Livy Rosenzweig doing her job at the draw circle as she's done the entire time. A little bit of a miscue defensively for Team Marino. It seemed like a easy ground ball pickup, but yet Charlotte North was the one who was able to come with control of the ball despite 3 orange players around her. A little bit of walking the dog.
You said it, walking the dog, kind of bringing that stick straight across her ankles or her shins, pulling it all the way across, right off the ground ball. You see her stick is high, and then it comes underneath, and she's able to beat Taylor Marino with a high bouncer. That was pretty.
Tallies in 18 straight games. Scoring in every game she's played, Charlotte North, since week 1 last summer. One last draw in this opening quarter. Choma comes up with possession as the buzzer sounds, ending 10 minutes here in Sparks, Maryland. 10 very satisfying minutes for Team Marino. 8-1 after 10. Back on Thursday, it was the lowest scoring game of the summer. Marino's team already more goals today than they authored all Thursday night. Peterson, just one of the driving forces. First 10 minutes of play here at Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse headquarters. All Team Marino in orange by the tune of an 8-1 margin. They banked 20 points for their individual leaderboard tally. Folks, Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball action will be continuing. Coming up next on ESPN2, Team Wallace against Team McQuillan. Then at 7:30 on ESPNU, Team Lorenz tangling with Team Kilfoyle. Kilfoyle has been just about unhittable in her last few outings on the mound. 8 points on the board already for this squad, including a two-pointer late in the opening quarter from Megan Kinna. Kinna, one of the multi-goal scorers for Team Marino, decisively over Charlotte North. North, thankfully for her squad, able to punch one home at the end of the opening quarter past Marino for another tally that's adding to Charlotte's totals. Courtney, she's not far away from setting the single season record for goals. Before we resume play, Kylie Oldmiller has a chance to chat with Megan Kinna.
Okay, so 8 goals in the first quarter for Team Marino. What was different in the game plan kind of coming from Thursday into today?
Yeah, I think we're just really trying to mold together and play as a unit. So I think a lot of ball movement and playing as a unit on defense too.
We like those 2 bombs too. Keep those coming.
I sure do. Yeah, shoot the ball.
Points coming fast and furious for the team dressed in orange. Now, if you're Charlotte North squad, Courtney, what's the countermeasure?
You know, I think they have the right idea. Charlotte's getting double teamed, and they're even denying her the ball at times, just moving it quicker. You have some speedy players like Massera. She's a target inside that I would like for them to take a peek at offensively. And then you just look at them, it's being calm. There's still 3 more quarters to go. And again, if history shows itself, Team Marino tends to slow down in scoring production as the game goes on.
Specialists inside the draw circle, Rosenzweig and Tracy. Knowles comes up with a draw control possession. Knowles, the highly regarded and highly ranked on the leaderboard rookie. She's been climbing from the first day as a pro.
And yet again, she was pushing transition. I like how she's going outside of her comfort zone. She's already scored a goal here in her rookie campaign, but keep those coming. That's how you create opportunities.
Choma against Wood. Kinna off the sweep. Peterson already with 3. That jump shot goes high. There's a new keeper in cage for Team North. We see Paulina DeFada in goal now for the team in purple. DeFada, who's been battling an illness this week. She guards the cage there, hands on hips, wearing number 99 like Aaron Judge, the New York Yankee slugger.
Sydney Scales gaining possession for Team North. Again, that's something that's high IQ. Anytime you can run the ball out, get possession for your team, you know you're doing something right. And then she also banks 10 points for herself.
Evans, outside the 8-meter key, score from beyond it. It's 2 for your team, 16 points for yourself. This whistling drive is snuffed out by Marino. She straightened up at just the right time there to have another answer. Marino, outstanding save totals as usual, with her team already 8 points on the board, and we could tell, Court, it's a very balanced attack so far today.
You know, and you like to see that. That's when you know that if any particular player is getting shut down. Peterson with 3, you already have 2 from Kinna, one of those being a 2-pointer. When you have more production, it just makes it hard for the defense to focus on any one set player.
This is a day when Team Marino in orange, a weekend in fact, a Saturday and a Sunday without Izzy Skate. Due to a prior commitment, the captains were aware of it. Shovel shot brilliance! An amazing goal from Marie McCool.
Marie McCool, Team USA players, played in 2 world championships, winning the gold. You see her use the 2-player game with Katie O'Donnell. Great defense by Ellie Massera. Even the double comes. But when the double came, she changed the level of her shot. She dropped her stick low, did a nice little Twizzler action high. That's what confused everybody, because I'll tell you what, I wasn't even expecting her to shoot that ball.
I don't think she was either. You could see the smiles on her face. She laughs anytime she does something fancy like that, because she knows she's usually that player that's making those straight up and down plays, hustling up and down the field, getting down for those transition goals. So a Twizzler goal from Marie McCool means she's probably heating up.
That was fancy. Her second goal today after being limited to just 1 assist back on Thursday. Marie McCool well over 4,000 career leaderboard points in her 4 summers of AU Pro Lacrosse.
Kylie, it's funny that you say that because sometimes players think you have to do the fancy stuff. Now, I know those behind the backs, around the worlds, that's your style as well. But Taylor Cummings, I think it was in season 1 of AU Pro Lacrosse when she won the gold, she did a behind the back shot. She's like, I think that was my first one ever. And you probably have hundreds under your belt.
Peterson tacking on another, her 4th of the day as the rout continues.
Peterson with the nice move there, kind of just tucking underneath. We've seen her really reading her defenders well today. The first time she had that inside roll going underneath, this time just a little face dodge. And Courtney, to your point, just a little bit of trickery, working on all the different dodges, all the different moves.
Anytime you can dodge and re-dodge, you know that good things are happening because defenses kind of relax, settle down as if you're going to do nothing. And then when she re-attacked her defensive player after she seemed to just stand a little tall, that's what gave her that extra step and lane.
As an amateur this past spring, Peterson had 18 hat tricks. She's got 4 goals today and counting. The hits keep coming for Team Marino, punishing Team North to this point in the contest by the 10-1 margin. We have Caroline Wakefield and Charlotte North wearing microphones for us today. We can learn more about the game offensively and defensively as we go into the game now with the U.S. Air Force.
Okay, I'm forcing on her. Leave. Watch the feed. I got ready. Leave it, go. I'm good, I don't need it. I'm stepping up, I'm forcing down to you.
Yeah.
To the backside as soon as you,
Yeah.
leaves to go double you.
Yeah. Flash ball. Okay. Yeah. We just gotta move. Just when we're off ball, be a threat because they're leaving people constantly. So just present your stick and they'll honor it.
Okay, get back. Get back, good. You're good, let go. I got it.
Here.
I'm leaving.
Go.
Charlotte North there with the only tally for her side to this point in the game. North, a game-changing talent to help bring Boston College its first national championship. Frustrating day to this point for number 88 and her mates in purple as Team Marino is running roughshod over them 10-1, just 2.5 into the second quarter. Back on Thursday night, Team North edged Team Apuza with an 11-8 triumph. Team Marino squeaked past Team Kennedy 7-6 in what was the lowest scoring game to this point of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. This is game 15 of 24 this summer. The race to crown one champion Sam Apuzzo began the day #1 on the leaderboard. Taylor Marino, the two-time defending champ, is still among the top 4 and climbing with the way her team has performed so far this afternoon. Leaderboard on screen now. It's a dead heat at the top. The officials with a Walling call here. Emphasis on Walling this summer. Free position shot to come for Kenzie Kent. Kent, who was the #1 overall pick in the draft this past Monday, pumps this one right on. Marino made the save.
You got it, shoot through.
Ball down, out of the pack comes Emily Knowles. Knowles trekking back through the midfield, spots the open player, it's Peterson. McCool, full flight at the 8-meter key.
Excellent job for Team North, getting in, slowing that ball down, not creating another fast break opportunity for Team Marino. They did that with all-out hustle. Anytime you slow the ball, good things will happen on that defensive end.
I like the way that they're slowing the ball down, too. I think temperatures definitely have something to do with that here today. It is hot down here, so you want to make sure that you're utilizing your middies in the right way.
90 degrees when we started. Peterson's been a heck of a lot hotter than that already. She's got a 4-goal game working. Sammy Jo Tracy dangles away from Megan Ball. The pass is deflected by DeFada. DeFada, who has subbed in for the starter, Kaylee Waters, between the pipes for the team in purple. Often running, looking for some transition here. Dorney finds North. Her bouncer, answered by Marino. Rebound doorstep. Dorney had that one go out of the top of her cross. Backed up on the end line by Kenzie Kent. Rosenzweig off the flip for North. Charlotte angles in against Wakefield. Gets topside. Bad shooting angle there. She bluffed the flip. Gilbert ready to go. Split dodge from left to right. Kent brings it up off the carpet. Evans feeds inside. Gilbert! She scores! Lauren Gilbert.
You know, we're seeing a different position from Lauren Gilbert this season compared to last. She's playing more of a midfield role. She's so quick and shifty with her stutter steps. But quick ball movement was the name of the game. The ball actually began with Lauren, transitioned all the way over to the left side, and then once it got there, she timed her cut so very well. And you had mentioned she was the 3rd leading goal scorer last season.
Timing her cut is perfectly right. As she passed that ball off, you saw her defender kind of turn her head. That's the perfect spot to cut, is when you see your defense turn to see where the ball went. That is when you're going to be wide open, just like Lauren Gilbert was there.
Second goal of the campaign for Lauren Gilbert. The other one came back in week 1. Trying to limit the damage here in what has been an impressive first 20 minutes for Team Marino. Raced out to an 8-1 advantage after the opening quarter. We're just about halfway through with the second. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. Stay with us at the half. We'll have a special feature on Charlotte North. We'll also clue you in as to the goings-on with the AU Pro Softball now in its 5th championship summer. McCool off and running. Marie McCool settles in against Scales. Off the redodge, she gets underneath and scores! Marie McCool would not be denied. She has the hat trick in the first half.
What gives Marie McCool these opportunities are just the relentless, never-ending movement with the ball in your stick. You never want to be a sitting duck with the ball. She gets possession. She's evading through these slashes, these hard checks by Team North and Megan Ball. And she keeps running. You see defensively, Sydney Scales catching up to her. She potentially thought about feeding a cutter, and again, saw that she had a lane through the underside. It's all about attacking and re-attacking.
You said it right, Courtney. All she saw was sticks there, and you can run through stick pressure. You cannot run through body-to-body pressure. So for those defenders on Team North, they need to make sure that they get their feet first in front of Marie McCool.
McCool allowing Gilbert and Team North to celebrate for all of 18 seconds. before she responds to make it 11-2. Folks, Season 4 is here, and the AU Pro Shop has you covered with the latest lacrosse gear. Check out the online store at shop.auprosports.com, the destination for player merchandise and exclusive styles you won't find anywhere else. Charlotte North is at the top of the 8-meter key. Driving in against Wakefield, drawing an early double. She whistles one to the corner. North has her second.
You know, we had the opportunity to listen in and hear Charlotte North and Caroline Wakefield, their battle, which is fun to watch throughout this entire game so far. It's who's besting whom in that ever-present moment. And this time, Charlotte North calls her number. She saw a lane. We didn't see as much communication from Caroline Wakefield here. Charlotte with the attack. Defensively, there was a slide. She stepped away, gave her hands some space, and then finished with a goal.
What we're seeing from Charlotte North's offense here is that they're trying to really set her up with the ball once they get into settled offenses. And for this one, she kind of just took matters into her own hands and said, let me just try to attack before the defense is able to settle in to their game plan to sending an early slide to me.
Kylie and Courtney explaining the hows and whys of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Possession here going to be awarded to Team North in purple with Hannah Dorney. Dorney wearing 44 in the purple. Said that Zoe Stukenberg was one of her favorite players growing up. I remember her at College Park, Maryland with the Terps.
Pretty positive she was studying to become a doctor.
Kenzie Kent hovering there on the flip for Evans. Erica Evans, crafty left-hander. Just 4 minutes now remaining in the half. North trying to build up some momentum for her team. Whistles this one to the feet of Marino. Another save for the active keeper, and it's McCool who comes up with the ground ball. Taylor Marino has a half a dozen stops already in this game. She's gone over 10 or more, double figures in 24 games in her career. Kinna, highly productive in this opening half. Sammy Jo Tracy has Megan Ball spying on her, a first-team All-American with Maryland who transferred from Rutgers. That's Paulina DeFada in goal for Team North. DeFada, who hadn't played in any of the first 6 games of the summer, subbing in for Kaylee Waters. Waters stepping away after Team Marino put an 8 spot on her in the first quarter. Sammy Jo Tracy on the feed. O'Donnell with 10 seconds to shoot. McCool splits from left to right. Kinna, nice face dodge. Peterson, 3 seconds to shoot. O'Donnell not going to uncork that one in time. Shot clock violation against Team Marino.
You see with every defensive set, Team North getting more and more comfortable. They're forcing the ball right back from where it came from. That's what you do to not let the ball transition all the way around, change too many points of attack quickly.
Great read by Taylor Marino. A caused turnover gives her another +10, and the keeper will sprint and tightrope the sideline to the offensive half. More than likely a timeout was called by facilitator there, Renee Dowd. We don't have coaches in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Facilitators, think helpers, think assistant GMs at the draft, helping to build those relationships on the sideline.
Anytime you can help your keeper who's almost at the half field line, you know you're doing your job as a facilitator. Taylor Marino picking off that pass. She knew it was coming. The attack just staring one another down.
I could see the motivation in Taylor's eyes anytime she makes a play like that so far this season. I know she mentioned it to you, Joe, that she wants to maybe go and score a goal. I can see it as she's coming up the sideline there.
Definitely, you could see that attempt coming one of these days. Speaking of the individual quarter win points, after the 8-1 thumping that Team Marino put on Team North in the first 10 minutes, this second quarter much closer. Team Marino a 3-2 advantage by my count with the 11-3 overall score. It's just another way in Athletes Unlimited Court when you can win a quarter back, you and your mates can profit and move up the leaderboard as well.
That's right. And I had talked about Team Marino tending to jump out to that early lead and then kind of slowing things down. I'm sure it's not something that they want to do on purpose, but we saw it on Thursday, and little by little, a team chips its way back. Team Kennedy on Thursday just had a 1-goal loss. So I know it seems like a long way to go at this point, but Charlotte North and the offense that she put together, Livy Rosenzweig, Kenzie Kent, Ellie Massera, they have the ability to put up some big numbers.
We resume play, the final 2 minutes of quarter number 2. Feature on Charlotte North upcoming. Preview of some AU Pro softball as well at the half. O'Donnell and Cockrell in no hurry to attack now. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Gilbert defending. This drive from O'Donnell fought off by DeFada. Gilbert, a member of the PEC, the Player Executive Committee. Sammy Jo Tracy dodging back in, rings the post. A wicked shot there that had DeFada beaten. On the sideline, it'll stay Team Marino ball with Marie McCool. Fresh 60-second shot clock with 1.5 to go in the opening half. And leading 3-2 in this frame, wisely, they will quote-unquote take the air out of the ball.
And why not at this point? You want to give the ball to Team North as little as possible. They've already had 2 shot clock resets off of pipe shots.
O'Donnell been playing extremely well this summer. Cockrell at the 8-meter key. Choma on the hop, defended by Gilbert. Good footwork there from one in the purple. McCool to a sneaking O'Donnell. She scores.
Two college coaches right there, Marie McCool, Katie O'Donnell, working well together. They watched a lot of film in their time. From Cockrell to Choma, and then O'Donnell. Her and McCool, the action, that nice little give and go. It started with O'Donnell, went to McCool, and back to a cutting Katie.
You mentioned it, 2 college coaches, but also 2 midfielders in that spot. And those are 2 spots right there on that elbow and down low behind the crease that you usually see low attackers making that kind of give and go play. So for them to have that offensive IQ is next level.
Precision shooting from Katie O'Donnell. Just about 60% all summer long. Katie and Kristen Carr, current day head coaches. There are 17 others who are assistants. Courtney mentioned Marie McCool. She's an assistant at her alma mater with Jenny Levy and the Tar Heels. 45 seconds left in the half. Shot clock turned off. A final possession here for Team North if they choose. Team Marino leading the second quarter 4-2. Trying to sweep this first half. Evans gets topside, plays it outside the 8-meter key there for Dorney. Off the split dodge, angles in, gets past Halpern, and scores! Hannah Dorney.
Team North needed this goal big time, and it was due to the swing of number 24 in orange, Kendall Halpern. I like how Dorney was feeling out the defense here. She's challenging. They almost set up a little 2-player game, but she hesitated, protected her stick. It's almost like she's baiting the defense. If you get the defense swinging, it clears your lane offensively.
I'm going to say something a little controversial about dodging here. What Hannah Dorney did there, she didn't go super fast. You don't always need to go at 100 miles per hour in order to get past a defender. She actually slowed down her feet, and as you mentioned, Courtney, felt out that pressure a little bit, which allowed her to then move to the opposite direction of where the pressure was coming from.
Good footwork, good stick work, resulting in that tally for Hannah Dorney, who scored 45 times in her career at Notre Dame, where she was a 2-time captain. Going to the cage here, a chance to equalize this second frame. 4-3 in favor of Marino in the second quarter. Down to 10 ticks left. Loose ball comes up for Gilbert. She finds Dorney again, fires, answered there by Marino. As she clamps down on it, Team Marino hangs on to win the second quarter as well. Marino with 7 stops on the day. She and her mates 12-4 at the break. and they've taken both the first and second quarter win points as a result.
Still an excellent effort by Team North. They battled back. They almost came up with a tie in that second quarter, which would have shifted the points into that third quarter, but Marino able to hold on with that one and final save.
Athletes Unlimited bringing fans closer to the game with innovations on and off the field, and Team Marino's squad a 12-4 advantage after 20 minutes. One of the driving forces wears 7 in the orange. Standing side by side with Kylie Ohlmiller, it's Isabella Peterson.
What's working well for Team Marino's offense today? It seems like you're firing on all cylinders.
Yes, I think something that we did well the last game was having a strong start. So that's what we definitely talked about going into the game. But then can we continue that into the next quarter? And I think the attack is just, it's not just one person scoring. It's all around, and it's hard to stop that. And I think Dee and Taylor is really coming up with some great stops as well.
In terms of your own personal play, you're putting some good numbers on the board right now. It looks like you're feeling out the defense well. What goes into that personal preparation?
I try not to overthink it and just sort of play my game. So that's kind of how I go into it every game. But yeah.
Let the game come to you, right?
Yes.
Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Sure is working so far. 12 points for Team Marino, tied for most in a single half in a single game all time in 4 summers worth of play. Very, very impressive. Stay right there. A feature on Charlotte North on the other side of the break. Time flies here in Sparks, Maryland with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. 20 minutes of regulation have been completed. 20 more still to come with Team North and Team Marino on ESPN. Charlotte North had to wait her turn to be a captain at this level. All the while, she was making notes on what would be necessary.
A good team is built on strong bonds, trust, and chemistry. I think when you're all on the same page with the same goals, it's about starting to build off of that foundation of what you want to be as a team, what you want to look like on the field, how you want to interact with each other.
Here we go. We got to talk, Blue. We got to talk.
I've been fortunate to be surrounded by great leaders in this sport, and the way that they interact and carry themselves and communicate to the team, you show them the way not only by leading by example, but also, you know, with helping them out when they need to, knowing what makes somebody go and what people need in different moments. It's different for everyone, but I think that's what makes a good leader.
Charlotte with a whole lot of catching up to do today. She has a couple of goals. Folks, there's more to be done at the half. When you're back, we'll check on AU Pro Softball. On another scorching day at USA Lacrosse headquarters, Team North and Team Marino taking a breather after 20 minutes. Still 2 quarters to come on ESPN. Folks, just a reminder, Athletes Unlimited Pro softball action continues. Coming up next on ESPN2, it's Team Wallace against Team McQuillan. Then at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPNU, Team Lorenz taking on Team Kilfoyle. Speaking of Lexi Kilfoyle, the ace pitcher off of a shutout performance. She's on top of the leaderboard. Amanda Lorenz is a first-time captain. You see Claire Davidson and Taylor McQuillan there. And then Taylor Edwards, who jumped up 20 spots on the leaderboard after a very productive Friday. Friends, there's still one more piece of business to get to at the half. We will share the best plays from the opening 20 minutes between Team North and Team Marino. Stars and stripes flapping in the breeze here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. We're about 20 minutes north of Baltimore. A 90-degree day, breezy here, and it has been Team Marino putting on a show after 20 minutes on Top 12-4. Joe Beninati side by side with Courtney Martinez-Connor, a 5-time national champion at Maryland. Court, when we watched the offense unfold in the first 20 minutes for Team Marino, what was it that was working in such expert fashion?
You know, I think it was they were all involved. It wasn't any one player doing everything. And when everyone is involved, then you have a defense who is struggling to figure out who do they need to stop.
When you've got 12 points on the board and Taylor Marino in goal, you're probably in really good shape because once again, she is on her game in the first 20 minutes.
You know, anytime Taylor comes up with a point-blank save, as well as those saves from downtown, she just gains momentum and confidence, and then that fuels her team's offense. And then we talked about working together, everyone getting involved, even the midfielders. They're changing up where they're attacking from. Marie McCool doing things that she normally wouldn't do. Nice little Twizzler motions, but then the re-attacking, the never slowing down, I think is what's been most key. Megan Kinna with her nice little 2-point, catching the defense off guard, and then Peterson ending with the strong, using her height to her advantage goal.
Courtney, when we take a look at the statistics, unusually they're pretty close except for the overall score.
You know, they're incredibly close. The biggest difference, you look at 7 saves for Team Marino versus 1 for Team North. Obviously, Team North is leading in draw controls. Usually the score has more to do with that, but I'd say it's the percentage of shots on goal that Team North is having. A lot of theirs are, number one, either being saved and or missed, whereas you look at Team Marino and they are most likely on cage and well placed.
Kaylee Waters did not have a stop in that opening quarter. It does look like, though, that Team North is going to go back to Kaylee when we start play in the second half. We have Caroline Wakefield listening in with us, mic'd up for sound today. We go amid the action with Caroline. Pretty solid opening 20 minutes. You had a good look at it from your defensive end. What was clicking offensively for the group in orange?
Actually, we kind of had a session earlier this morning in the locker room about getting on the same page, letting our middies be more lethal and initiate. We did put a sneaky little play in there, but the truth is we're just hungry and we want to win some quarters. So Isabella looks great. She said it's JMU day. She's ready to ball out. So get her the rock, I guess.
Caroline, we listened in, your communication that you have, how important is it as a defender with directing and who goes where?
I'm actually in a different spot today than I normally am. Normally I'm down low directing, but tonight I'm on Charlotte. But it's super important, honestly. It makes or breaks the defense. And I mean, you can tell it's a difference between a 12-4 game, but communication's huge. And I'm glad to have all these people out here talking to me.
Caroline, just one last one while we have you for a second. Your sister Hannah is going to be a freshman at Pitt. What position does she play?
We'll see once she gets there. She's a defender, but I'm hoping she's an attacker because that's where the glory is.
Darn right, you ain't kidding. We'll be back with you. Thanks for helping out today. Third quarter soon to unfold. Caroline Wakefield on the back end for Team Marino. Wakefield, Knowles, Burns, and Halpern. It's the 3 rookies, Courtney, with the veteran in Wakefield helping to protect Taylor Marino. Kaylee Waters jogging back to the crease, and knowing how competitive she is, it was a subpar opening quarter. She'll be lights out in this third frame, I almost could guarantee.
You know, halftime couldn't have come at a better point. It's just a time to refocus, reset, figure out what you need to do as a team just to make those changes. And I think the biggest part, obviously coming up with defensive saves, but it's a matter of forcing those lower angle opportunities and then just putting more shots on goal.
12-4 for Team Marino, early stages of the third. Taylor Marino has taken the lead overall. We'll have just one individual champion of the 56 players in residence. Those colors next to the name, the jersey colors reflective of this particular weekend. Week 3 of 4 in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Great to have you aboard. O'Donnell lets one go. That one shaved the outside of the post. Courtney, we've seen Kaylee Waters be very streaky before. All it will take will be one solid stop and she'll get her footing again.
Katrina Geiger running that ball out. Marie McCool had a step ahead the whole time, but it was her slowing down at the very end that gave Geiger that edge.
North with a neat move, and she blitzes one past Marino for the hat trick.
I had just talked about you need your defense stepping up, making plays. Charlotte North, she is on the scoring end. We see her celebrating with Katrina Geiger. She knows to give credit where credit is due. As the ball went out of bounds, Katrina Geiger, she is the one who legged it out, beating Marie McCool to the ball. And then the quick transition up the field. They saw that Charlotte North, she had space. She didn't have the necessary matchup that she has the entire time. Caroline Wakefield wasn't on her. So if she can push transition, she's going to.
We also see that move from Charlotte North a lot, and we haven't seen it yet so far in this game. So for her to go back to what works, that's huge.
7 hat tricks this summer in 8 games for Charlotte, on the verge of her 3rd different 30-goal season. Bringing her squad back within 7 points. The chase for the quarter win points. If you win an individual 10-minute stretch in Athletes Unlimited, it's 20 points for everybody on the roster. As they scramble for a loose ball at the midfield, Kinna goosed it free, but Kenzie Kent with a quick stick comes up with it for Team North. McCool right there side by side with Gilbert. She'll make the takeaway for Team Marino. Very active, energetic first half for Marie McCool. She glides across the midline. McCool already with a hat trick, as well as Isabella Peterson, who has 4 on the board on this balanced, high-scoring day for Team Marino. If you missed it at the outset, those 12 points in the opening half, tying the most in an individual half in any game of Athletes Unlimited Lacrosse's 4 summers. Kinna worms her way inside, hit the post. Rebound belongs to Amy Moreau. Moreau, versatile midfielder, played just about every position in college when she was at UMass, taking it all the way to the cage. Keep it in the hands of Charlotte North, 88 in the purple. Delivering for Gilbert, a rocket that was denied by Marino. Long rebound down, Wakefield with a ground ball. Taylor's got 8 stops in cage as we see Kendall Halpern make her way uncontested through midfield. Halpern, who wore number 24 at Northwestern. She says she cherishes the opportunity to be a role model, cherishes that moment. So many young lacrosse players in the stands watching their heroes on the field in the pro ranks. 3 minutes gone by in the 3rd. Cockrell on the hop. Draws an early double team. Stick check made there. A caused turnover for Scales. Give her plus 10 on the leaderboard tally. Sydney Scales, each and every week come draft time, she'll be one of the first defenders taken off the board. Every Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Kylie O'Miller, Maria Tribalpiece are hosting the draft. Once we're done with play tomorrow afternoon, the 4 new captains will make the draft on Monday for the final week of the regular season. Charlotte North here as a first-time captain. North propels it inside. That's a wonderful pass. No real shooting room there for Rosenzweig. Rosenzweig, who's really climbed up the leaderboard, 32 places since week 1. McCool casually ahead. Peterson wrapped up there and fouled. Isabella Peterson picking herself up off the carpet.
As Isabella Peterson fouled inside that 8-meter key. She's going to get an 8-meter free position, but possession again happened due to that caused turnover from the D side.
Fires and scores. Isabella Peterson, who had a school record 56 free position goals at James Madison, strikes again.
Isabella Peterson, what I like about her from that 8-meter, she has the stick up high. She looks like she's going to shoot low, drops the shoulder down a little bit, but then keeps the ball on that upper plane. It just makes that goalkeeper think like you're going to shoot low.
You said it exactly right, Courtney. By her just looking low, it's that little dip of her head and her shoulders looking towards Kaylee Waters' shins. That gets Kaylee Waters to dip in the cage and go low, opening up that top shelf.
And I got to go back to the defense. Emily Knowles, Caroline Wakefield, they are continuing to force turnovers from Team North. It's those quick doubles. It's the sticks up in the passing lane. That's what's giving the ball back to their attack.
On a weekend when Team Marino is without Izzy Skane due to a prior commitment, the captains knew about it. Skane wasn't in fact drafted until pick number 51. That will never ever happen again. It has been Isabella Peterson picking up the slack and then some with a career best for her in this her rookie year, a 5-goal game. Team North asking for time. We'll take it right along with the athletes. Get you back for the continuation to the third in a moment. Enthusiastic crowd here at USA Lacrosse headquarters, seeing the two teams trade markers to this point in the third quarter, and as a result, Team Marino has that 13-5 advantage. We have Charlotte North mic'd for sound today. Charlotte North, the high-scoring attacker, knows when to congratulate and tip her cap to the defenders as we go into the game with 88.
Go, Katrina! Yeah, Katrina! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Katrina! Yeah! Freaking go! Let's go! Here we go!
Number 88 taking that leadership role and adopting well to it. Today, however, her team needs a dramatic rally. When you think about big goal games, Charlotte North's done it twice. Our field reporter, Kylie Oldmiller, as well as Nicole Levy, with 6 goals in a single contest. And all of a sudden, Courtney, a player you know very well, Isabella Peterson's knocking on the door. She's got 5 today.
And, you know, that just happens from the support of those around her. You're putting yourself in the right spot at the right time, but then you ultimately, it's about sighting the cage. You have to make sure it goes into the back of the net, and she is seeing the goal well.
Kylie Oldmiller, our field reporter on the sideline. You remember your 6-goal game. It cost me a little eye black treatment.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're going to have to do Isabella Peterson's eye black.
No.
She has some on, too.
No. How dare you?
You learned your lesson?
Well, maybe if you threaten me again.
It's
maybe
a
next
different
year.
pattern. I like it. Kylie with the signature, like heavy black, right? And this is like lines. We know how to do that. Oh, Joe's not paying attention.
No, Joe's paying attention. He's just ignoring you because the officials are bringing the players over to the sideline, it appears here, just 4 minutes and 32 seconds into the third quarter with a score at 13-5. This appears to be the beginning of a severe weather delay. Skies have been overcast. There are thunderstorms in the forecast. It's a 90-degree day here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. And we have been informed now, as are the fans here at the stadium, that we are in a severe weather delay. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse exercising caution and asking for the fans to exit the stadium. We are on our way to severe weather delay programming. Turning you over now. College Game Day featured. All yours.